nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, go.
I feel like it was last Sunday when they had showed the I can't even remember what video it was. It was terrible though, and I kind of did my best in a viral comment to redirect people, like, you know, there are the when they were telling the women to just endure being beaten the hell out of by their husbands, like, don't leave, just
I
endure.
covered that last week.
Yeah, so, you know, in my comments, I'm like, first of all podcasts don't sound like that, because here we are, and like, this is not, you know what I'm saying, this is not the way the average man thinks. Like, you know, instead, how can I pray for you? So like, we exist, but if you only follow pages that, you know, put out negativity and viral comments and, you know what I'm saying, like, drama, if your whole timeline looks like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and, you know what I'm saying, Desperate Housewives of this city and that city, like, then all you're going to be exposed to is the content that you subscribe.
Transformers with the them, they, he, it's, you know, all of that, right? Then they lose, you know,
robots. You know,
if you don't watch, you know, whatever that Red Panda movie was, right? I mean, it's things of that nature, right? So, you know, it starts there. If you monitor what your kids are
I'm
watching.
I'm up to it. I'm up to it.
I'm with it. We
going there. I'm up to it.
We live. We live.
That's the show, Dada!
I'm just minding my business. I'm just minding my business. I'm just minding my.
Hey, Katie. Mama wig ain't glued on that much, so it's gonna fall off.
You can't go no damn well.
Baby.
Yes, baby.
What do you call a Mexican fighting with a Catholic priest?
What?
Alien versus Predator.
Hey! No.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm literally a fucking 10.
Baby! Do you know what an overweight person that identifies as a skinny person is called?
What?
Trans-slender.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
I saw the other day a person saying, don't call me he or she, call me they. And I was like, what the fuck? It took me 3 years to learn I am, you are, he is, she. This whole gender neutral pronoun is confusing for me. Let me tell you a story. I invited a friend to have dinner at my house the other day. And he was like, oh, I'm bringing a friend. And I said, of course, bring him. He was like, no, bring them. So I bought a lot of food. I bought briskets and pizzas and pastas. And my friend showed up at my house with one person. So I said, where are they? And he said, they are here. So you tell them that they are gonna eat all of this fucking food.
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar.
Oh, it's okay. I'm transgender.
Oh, I had no idea. Do whatever you want all the time.
You'd have to recognize that being a lesbian woman of color does, affect 3 different protected groups and classes. Now, because of that, I've come out and been recognized as the first woman of color in the history of Delaware County Council. Now, I don't believe that they're going to give me any awards for that, but it's possible they may name some local park after me or something. We'll see what the future holds.
What's really brave about you is that you came out as a trans woman of color, and yet you have changed nothing about yourself physically. So you're just literally the exact same person.
Oh, yes.
But at the same time, you're a woman of color.
I did take the step of changing my name. I used to go by Ryan, which would be Ryan, the male version, but now I'm using the name Ryan, but it's the female version.
Boys are boys from the beginning. Girls are girls right from the start.
Life for 400, please.
In common law, the age of this, signaling adulthood, is presumed to be 14 in boys and 12 in girls. Tom?
What is the age of consent?
No.
God, what I wouldn't do to that. What? No, it's not even mine. I just clicked on it. And come on, it's not like it's gay corn. It's gay corn. It was baby corn.
What's up?
What's good? Man, hope y'all ready to have a good time. We about to have some fun up in here, man. We got some new faces in the place. We got some new backdrops. We got some new settings out here. That's all good. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Assuming we can still call you that.
That's right.
Welcome back. Friday night with your Friday Night Delights. Your boys, the most organic conversation on the internet, up to it, down to it. We are back here again to turn up your weekend. Thank you once again for joining us. Round of applause for each and every one of y'all. With all that being said, y'all know me, man. I am the great and terrible Trey. We about to get it in tonight, man. We about to have some fun, boy. I hope y'all ready for some controversy. Hope you ready to pour a glass and talk some trash with your boys. With that said, the newest face we see in the place right here. He's on your right.
Place to be.
He's on my left on my screen. He hails all the way from Ankeny. Y'all don't even know where that is. Y'all don't even know where that is. All the way from
I don't even think I want to know where that is.
I don't even know where
I feel like it's a place where there's a lot of snow. I feel like it's a place with lots of snow. But all the way from Ankeny, Iowa. He's been here before. He's back again. He's my LB Kleffner. What's up, Stephen White? What's good?
Steve in the building. LB in the house.
Good, LB. How you feeling, man?
Good, man. Traveling today, man. Iowa's in the middle of the country, so everybody knows. In the exact middle. So, yeah, I'm from Iowa. Live there now. Yep, from the area, you know, my LBs, Morgan grad. You know, I've been on here before. Y'all should know me.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good people. What you drink?
Y'all know whenever Steve in the building, man, we got a lot of controversy coming. So.
Oh man, I hope y'all ready.
Yeah. And he's on the Doers. The Doers Scotch, straight, you know, yeah, grown man.
And you know what? And that was gonna be my next question. You over there with Kev? I know we sipping on something good. But what's that you got there? You said
the Doers Scotch. Doers Scotch.
Oh.
Scotch. Yep.
I am not
Shout
a
out to the
Scotch
Scotch drinkers.
But shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
It's a
Scotch drinkers.
Slow sip.
Not that I won't try any. I'm just saying, you know, regularly I'm not a Scotch drinker. But
try almost anything once, you know.
Just about
almost. Almost. Gotta be careful.
All that being said, he ended the school
What
year
month are
with
we
a
in again?
bang,
Oh,
bang. You said what?
Huh?
What?
Well, what's next?
Oh Lord, here you go. Here you go. It's gonna be one of them nights.
It is, yeah.
It's gonna be one of them nights.
Oh man.
It's all good, man. Nah, hey, Kev, man, finishing out the year strong. The immovable force in the building, man. Talk to us, brother. What you got for us today?
All right, what up, everybody? We just doing a lot of drinking, and may or may not be high, whatever. So this is straight drink, Ensign, salted caramel with the red label cider. So just straight alcohol. It's just delicious. It's like warm apple pie on ice. So cold apple, whatever. All right, and then in this glass is the peanut butter whiskey with the Coke. Because random shout outs, but shout out to the best friend Rasharda. Is one of her shirts. My parents styled us somewhere between and oh well. Heading into Father's Day weekend, we do what we can, and the fresh faces, current compliments of Garner's Garden. Y'all check out the reel. Just dropped a new oral care package today, and we're offering 18% off. No discount code needed. So garnersgarden.com. Get there, get you some good stuff, because it's good stuff. And when you shop on my link, K2 gets paid. I'm just saying, multiple streams of income. set your kids up.
That's right.
You're gonna shout out other companies anyway. You might as well get your kids paid for it, right?
It is. There it is.
There
Big
it
thanks,
is.
man. Well, good stuff. Hey man, I ain't had no that peanut butter whiskey in a minute. What brand is that?
Screwball.
Screwball. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I haven't had that in good 6-7 years, man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But it was memorable,
There it
so I remember.
is.
And that said, speaking of memories, my LB, the inspirational King Rich, back at us again. Talk to us, brother. What's the word?
Man, what's going on, everybody? King Rich in the building. I hope everybody's doing fine like wine and getting better with time. Man, I feel like an old man in this rocking chair. Y'all see me in this rocking chair? I feel like an old man. They used to call me Paw Paw in college. They used to call me Paw Paw. So now I'm really feeling like a Paw Paw. But I ain't a granddad. Yeah, I better not be. I have to have a talk with the oldest. But anyway, man, I don't have too much for you today. I mean, every day is different. It's Father's Day weekend. So shout out to all the fathers. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Fathers are needed. So listen, the only thing on my mind right now is time is short. And when I think about fathers is time is short. So no matter what your relationship is with your father right now, really, if you want to make it better, don't wait, make it better now. And if you don't, that's up to you, your father and God. But, whatever it is that you feel like you want to do in your heart, just go do it now. Tell your father Happy Father's Day. Tell all fathers, different fathers, stranger in the street, tell them Happy Father's Day. I feel like, even the brothers here, we do a lot of uplifting and whatnot, and making sure that, we tell each other, man, you're a good dad, so just uplifting the dads, not just today, but every day, man. So let's get it. Go dads, go. Let's get into this, man. And what I'm drinking tonight is I had to get some more of this Stella Rosa. Now, you might be thinking, Stella Rosa, isn't that a wine? Listen, they got a brandy. Brandy. Honey peach. I got the honey peach flavored brandy. This bad boy. I mean, it's so nice. I had to say it twice. Actually, I probably said it more than that. And I'll be saying it all night long because that's what I'll be sipping on.
They look pretty amazing. I gotta admit.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
Yeah, that's the next move. I'm with you, Liz. Liz, what's good? I'm with you. I'm finna try that ASAP, ASAP Rocky. You feel me?
Ooh, I might have to try some warm apple pie later on tonight.
Hey, that's why he's gonna have to have conversations with his oldest.
Oh man.
That's why he's gonna have to have conversations with the oldest. Hey man. But now good stuff. Look, again, y'all see we off to a good start already. So let us know in the comments what you sipping on, even if it's water or juice, whiskey, not vodka, because we grown. Not vodka. Grown-ups don't drink vodka. But yeah, or even if you ain't drinking on nothing, but you smoking on something, you puffing on something, man, just drop a leaf in the comment section, man. Whatever you do, we ain't mad at you. We just want you to have a good time and feel good going into this Father's Day, AFRAM, and Juneteenth weekend. You know what I mean? Got a little bit of everything going on. So,
sir. Yes, sir. Man.
Hey, there it is. There it is. I was waiting for somebody. Always coming through in the clutch. There we go. Happy Father's Day, man, to all the fellas out there, man. All the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all. I promise you, we're going to shout y'all out a little bit more. Fathers.
Right.
Shout out. In addition to wishing random guys Happy Father's Day, 100% do not wish any mothers Happy Father's Day.
No, because that's not
circumstances.
No, it's not a thing. Nope, it's not a thing.
Not a thing. We're not on that. That said, here's what we are on. And the reason why we don't do that is because in spite of the fact that we still don't know what a woman is, right? In spite of the fact that we still don't know what a woman is, one thing we do know that a woman is not is a father. We think.
And you also never hear, I'm sorry. Do you hear a mother tell a single dad Happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day?
I ain't
never.
Never. Not never.
Never have I ever.
I'll just say I've never heard of that.
I'll also say I've never heard of that.
No one has ever done that.
Not never.
Hey, can you think of a dude that that wouldn't be insulted? I feel like I'd be insulted if somebody wished me a Happy Mother's Day.
I mean,
fight
what?
Fighting worse.
I think that's worse than the friend zone. Like that's tragic.
Seriously, yeah. I've seen people get clapped for far less than that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people get clapped in their face, back of their head for less than that. But anyway, but all that BS being said, we're gonna talk real quick about our favorite subject these last couple weeks. That's right. We're going to talk about basketball. Goddamn basketball. And I have to do it, Kev. Y'all saw him drop, man. You saw his head drop. Hey, look, man. I want to give the Miami Heat, the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference, all their props right now. I want to give them I do, seriously. This was something that was unprecedented. I don't think that an 8th seed ever made it to the finals. No. On either side of that. Y'all can fact check me on that. I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm just glad they didn't get swept. So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right.
Definitely gentleman sweep. Definitely gentleman sweep. People let them get one game in.
They you know.
But Denver's really that good. I mean, like that's the thing. So Denver's really that good. So with that being said, man, let's talk about it. A little bit of review on the NBA Finals, man. We had the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. Kev, I know the Heat, that's your squad. You know, what you got to say about it, man? What was your thoughts on the series?
No, I mean, by every metric, we exceeded our expectations. Of course, money was on the Celtics to win the chip. Money was on the Bucks to win the chip, and then, of course, people had the Sixers as, dark horses in the East. And then with every team you would have had to have contended with in the West, if it wasn't Denver, it could have very, easily been Phoenix. It could have, very easily been a Golden State, and even with the way LA, finished out the year, like nobody was saying Miami Heat for a championship or even coming out of the East. So exceeded every expectation to not have Tyler Hero, who's can be a potent scorer for us. Like I don't think we ever really stood a chance like that. And I said Denver in 6, but to squeak out them 2 games would have been something. So we need a big who can rebound like real bad, and we need somebody who can like truly create his own shot consistently. Jimmy can do magical things, but that's not the regular show for him. So if we can fix those 2 spots, I think we can get right back here next year.
Yep. What you think, Rich?
Man, Kev said it all, man. I saw some flashes in that game 5. I think they took the first half, right? And I was rooting for the Heat, and I was like, man, if they make it a game 7, like I was like, let's go Heat. But with missing some players, they just on paper, usually on paper, and this is football talk, right? Because on paper you can have a stacked squad, and then they don't pan out because they don't mesh well. But here, Denver just had them. So
big fact. Steve, what's your thoughts, man? I know you was watching it too.
Yeah, no, they said everything, man. Miami needs to beef up their front court, which their power forward and their center. Like Kev said, man, get a good shooter. In Denver, they just had a better roster. They took advantage of what they could. So they worked hard. They earned it. I don't know if they squeak through next year. Like everyone's saying, can there be a dynasty? I'm like, nah. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I agree. The Joker played ridiculous, man. Like his stats were crazy. Jamal Murray came out of nowhere, man. I won't say out of nowhere. He really just did his thing. He came out of the injury, really, is what it is. They just played their behinds off for real, in every way possible. Credit where it's due. Miami did their thing. Credit where it's due. Next year is going to be interesting. Denver played like the best team in the NBA for probably the last third of the season, and certainly throughout the playoffs, obviously. Free agency is a different story, man. And I see it in the comments. It's cats like Dame Dollar that's out there.
Bill wants to get traded.
Yeah, Bradley Bill is definitely about to be swinging in the market. Fred VanVleet signed his player option, so he's a unrestricted free agent. Yeah, it's a lot of movement this offseason that we don't even see coming. And I don't see them coming out the West, but I think they're gonna make a lot of people nervous. Oklahoma City getting Chet Holmgren. To me, he's gonna be what Blake Griffin was. You get to sit for a year in the NBA and watch it happen, and you really play your rookie season in your second year. It's gonna be like Oklahoma City could be a nightmare.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of different coaching changes, front office changes. Shoot, Jordan is finalizing the sale of the Hornets, man. Yeah. So I love how different the NBA is every single year compared to the NFL.
Yeah, and then Mike Dunleavy Jr. Isn't he taking over in Golden State?
Yeah.
GM?
Yeah.
So man, the NBA is going real crazy. And then John Morant, 25-game suspension. I know we've been following that for a couple weeks, so I figured I'd mention it. Yeah, John Morant suspended for the first 25 games of next season for
in his bank account.
Draining the bank account, messing up the bag. John, you messing up the bag, bro. We're all rooting for you.
Yeah,
the bag.
He ain't rooting for himself, man. He ain't rooting for himself. I think he's already made so much money now. He just doesn't even care anymore. You think about it, he's already super rich, so it's just like
he's got so much more money than me.
I got you.
That's what I'm saying. You can lose that money so quick.
Oh, absolutely.
And has I wish I could piss away $35 million.
He doesn't care. He clicked. If he cared, he would be
Jump
doing
out a
it.
fucking building. I wonder who his friends are, man. His friends got to be like, nah, bro, nothing. You don't carry nothing. Don't carry a fucking razor, like nothing.
But I feel like, he has some friends like that, though. He just, like Steve was saying, he just doesn't care. Like, I don't know. It's like when you've been there before, you act different. And he's not acting like he's been there. He's acting like he's brand new with these Bucks. And he's got this attitude about him. This young man's attitude. Like,
yeah,
he was raised so much better.
But the crazy part is, imagine if there's social media back in the day, which is also
true story.
Man,
It'd been just as bad.
About 40, 50 other.
Sean Kemp just got in trouble at his crib. He got cleared from that, but he got into something,
Sean Kemp.
Imagine during
a little more
Rasheed Wallace,
a little more Gilbert Arenas,
man.
Yeah. I'm about to say Gilbert Arenas did with the devil. Hell yeah, you're right.
He wild on the internet now.
He's always been pretty wild. He's always been pretty wild. So yeah, man. Look. Watch who your friends are. I can't fathom pissing away hundreds of millions of dollars. Like he can't. I think he's gonna. He could potentially disqualify himself from that max contract when he goes up.
Oh, he already pretty much lost.
He already lost it.
Because part of it was being
67 games.
67 games.
65.
Yeah, so
he got to play at least 65 to be like player of the year or whatever.
Like that. So 25.
Who is? And then there was another incentive to where if he made one of the 3 All NBA teams,
the Supermax.
If he didn't do that, he got So
which
at that point will probably
he can't do that because he can't play it enough games.
Exactly. Different. He make money with Nike though.
Yeah,
Nike been killing their shoe sales.
Yeah, I guess Nike don't care about that. They got cats like Colin Kaepernick, so. They gave that dude $80 million to get fired. I'm just saying.
His merchandise sold though.
It did sell.
His merchandise sold.
It did sell. It did sell. You're right. And that's all that matters in the end. So it's capitalism, baby. We're in America. Is it selling? Is it making dollars? Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Yeah, it's not even the other way around anymore. It's like it used to be. If it doesn't make sense, it don't make dollars. But
yeah, very much now. Dollars now.
Not today.
Oh man,
it's all good, man. All right. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Let me know in the comments if you know what movie that's from. All right. Yeah, let's y'all get y'all shots together, man. Get y'all glasses together. This is an oldie but a goodie topic. It's gonna be a real short one. But I want to know what y'all think about this. Get ready, man. We do our thing. It's fair or foul time. Y'all know what it is. Get your glasses ready. Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah.
If they fly a girl out, that they should be flying them out. They supposed to have sex with them.
For sure.
They gotta give up that.
If you get on that motherfucking plane and then you touch down and you ain't giving that pussy, bitch, I got you a return flight before you even put your bag down.
Well.
Oh man.
All right.
Hey.
Cool. So fair or foul?
Hey, man.
If you get on the plane, if you get flued out and you get on the plane, you are expected to give up the cat or go the fuck back.
He just made that one up, ladies and gentlemen.
Fair or foul? What's our Steve, Kev, what y'all think, man?
Man, I mean, everything's transactional out here, just in the world. So, I mean, she's getting a free trip. Maybe some people feel like they want to get something in return.
Yeah. You ain't gotta be. No, his thoughts are fair. I'll say the only place he fouled is that conversation should have been had prior to like making the trip. But his thinking of it is fair. Like, I'm not flying because, of course, when we talking about being flued out, we talking flued outside of the country. So like
any trip, man.
I mean, but you know, if you flew out to Atlanta, that ain't, you know, it's not the same as being like flew out to Dubai. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's my thinking. Like, if we talking about being flued out, we talking about being flued out the country. You're gonna be there for some days, like, you know, that kind of thing. And my thinking is, I'm not even inviting somebody that I'm like not in that place and space with, but that conversation is happening. So like, his thinking is fair because it's really what you be thinking when you take them kind of trips with people. But like, he fouled because the conversation should have happened so that everything was clear.
Yeah. Are you saying he's fouled for expecting that, or no? He's
fair for expecting it. He just fouled because that conversation should have been had.
Right. So he's fouled for not even having that conversation if he didn't have that conversation.
Yeah, because you got the expectation, so have the conversation.
Oh yeah.
I mean, does he need to have the conversation? I mean, that seems. Okay.
Oh, he absolutely has to have that conversation because he's got to know whether or not she's just there to have a trip on his dime and then go to some other dude and have another trip on their dime and then go to another dude and then find an NBA player, NFL player, and then have a baby by them and be a millionaire. I'm just saying, like, y'all, these are the questions y'all got to ask up front. Ask these up front. Y'all got to get some resumes. And in these days, you might even have to get a birth certificate. So I'm just saying, like, these are things that y'all gotta, you know, it's gotta be talked about. Y'all ain't got time to waste. I said at the beginning, you know, time is short. Life is short.
It's expectations, man. If I take women on a date, why they expected that I pay? You know, but I'm expected to pay. So it's like, hey, everything's transactional, man.
So there's an expectation for you to pay.
Well, for men to pay, absolutely.
But it's wrong for men to have an expectation of other things in return.
Exactly.
Not even saying that it's even a requirement, but we're talking about expectations right now.
Two very different words.
Not requirement.
Right.
Why do men get chastised for expectations?
Because we're not supposed to have any. We're supposed to work hard
and give it all up.
Work hard, give
everything.
Yeah, be consumed and die.
I want half, Eddie.
Yeah, thank you, Willie. All right, what I'm saying is, we gotta be smart. Like, come on, yo, like.
Hey,
come on, yo!
Saying,
you gotta give up some brain. That's real. That's real. You gotta give up some. Look, man.
The least, man.
Why I'm spending money? Listen. Why am I spending money, time, effort, energy, anything on you outside the country, outside the state, outside the city limits?
But again, the men gotta be smart. Listen, the men gotta be smart and like literally set expectations. Like you gotta let them know, like, listen, this is what I'm expecting. If I'm doing X, Y, and Z, this is what I'm expecting. And lay it out on the table. And let the cards lay where they lay, because guess what? The chance that what happens is you're gonna be mad if you didn't lay those expectations out, and then you fly her out, and now you all mad and bent out of shape because it didn't go the way you wanted to go. Well, you didn't put that expectation out there. Now, if you
bro,
got it,
bro had a backup plan though. He had a return flight ticket, so you know.
Oh man, so hey, that's what I was getting ready to say.
You know.
If you got it like that, where you can say, you know what, no problem, here, boom, you know, go ahead, fly back. You got it.
Yeah,
but
go
for
ahead.
me, for me, you know, I'm not into wasting money like that. Like, no, that's not happening. I'm not into wasting money. Like, even if I got it, like I'm not. What? The expectation is okay, and then and we agreed upon it, and we agreed upon what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, and you come out there. Listen, I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman, but I'm gonna find it very hard to break bread with my money that you just lied to me, or you broke an agreement, or and again, it's not that you know, I'm forcing you or anything like that. It's that if that's the purpose of going out there, then that's what it is, you know. And as a man, you gotta also understand that things can change. Things can change. So having that flight back, hey, more power to the brother. More power to him, because things can change, and he was ready. All right, no problem. Boom, send her back on her way, and guess what? That number's getting lost.
I mean, yeah. I wonder how many trips. I mean, how many times they'd get flued out if they weren't sucking. Like if it was no for real, I'm serious. Like if it was established off top, like yeah, you know, there's gonna be a point. You know, I'm gonna be like, yeah, what's good? You know, you're gonna be out here staying in my hotel 5 days. You know, I'm be paying for probably at least brunch, because you know whatever, you know, brunch and dinner. You know, and probably drinks for a couple of nights. Yeah, it's gonna be one of them nights. I'm gonna be trying to clap cheeks.
But see, I would assume they already got to that comfortable level.
Yeah, that's
you know, I would assume they've already gotten to that comfortable level where they enjoy each other's company. If I'm flying you out, that means I either enjoy your company or I enjoy what you bring to the table.
Right, facts. Because I'm gonna be there with you for a while. Like
this
just
is assuming that they aren't those kind of people that are trying to constantly impress women by how much they spend, how much they got, and so on.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
There are guys like that. You know, if they apart from the money, they ain't really nothing, but they know that some women will bite at the money. So
well, they're gonna bite, man, because women compete with each other a lot. So they want to show that their value, like, oh, he took me here. You know, it's gonna be complicated.
So what you're saying, Steve, is even if they're not feeling a guy, they'd still go,
Absolutely.
right, to be able to say that they got flued out.
Absolutely, man.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the point that I'm making. If it was established off top, it's not going down. I wonder how many people would be like, yeah, we'll still come on out and let's spend time anyway. Stop playing.
Well, some
would.
You know,
but I doubt it's as many.
It's not all.
I doubt it'd be nearly as many.
I
doubt it. I doubt it.
But you still have those that still want to have the candy on their arm to have the appearance of it, right? So
for sure. Trophy hoes. There's nothing wrong with those.
The man or the woman?
Listen, for the right amount, I would gladly be a trophy man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey,
soft life me. Ain't that what it's? I would gladly be.
You said trophy man.
Yeah, I would gladly be a trophy man.
Trophy man. Listen, be a gigolo out here. Kevin be a gigolo.
I'm washing clothes. I'm cooking meals. Whatever you gonna bring that bacon home. I'm gonna make sure that the kids are well educated. You know, whatever you need me to do, baby, I can. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, it's 2023. Go ahead.
I have a valuable set of skills.
73.
Listen. If grandma trying to take her dentures out and do what it do,
take them dentures out, grandma. Oh,
hey, that's a couple. Never mind. All right. Never mind.
I personally can't wait to get old.
That's Listen, man, they be getting it in. They got a lot less to lose. They give less of a shit.
Man.
All right. Y'all ready to move on?
Hold on. Get the last one. Get the last comment. Yeah, that's it right there. Exactly.
I mean, listen, it's
go,
Willie
Will in the building. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's
Willie
wild.
dropping
That's
dimes
wild.
out here.
And like that's wild because like if you start with that, you can never go backwards. Like you gonna take me to I was about to say Cheesecake Factory, but then I saw that CNN interview in my mind. They were like, well,
but look, that guy's going to end up having a bunch of more girl friends because that girl's going to talk and say, "Oh yeah, my friend such and such took me. Oh, who's your friend? I need to meet him too." And then you're going to have a lot of girl friends stuck in that friend zone doing cornball stuff like that, man. I'm saying, all right.
I'm with none of that.
There's dudes out there.
What up, Kev? What up, Kev? What you about to say?
Nothing. Nothing.
No, all right.
Okay.
To that. I'm gonna go ahead and just strike that as fair. I'm gonna just say it's fair. Move on to the next one. Leave it at that. Because ain't no damn way I'm paying. Like I said, we not leaving the city limits.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way.
All right, y'all take a look at this one, man. This was a little bit more controversial conversation, and glean from it what you will. Yeah, interesting. Roll the clip.
About them kids, he out here, bruh.
This is different. What the?
The nigga
didn't
didn't marry their mama.
It's different.
Listen,
hold on.
Bruh, the nigga didn't marry their mama. Stuck 3 babies in her, never married
I think
her.
he's engaged.
Hold on. They never said that she was his fiance. They were like his partner.
They did.
When I watched the news, it went from partner to fiance. Niggas said a lot of shit when somebody dead. It was partner first. Let me finish.
Hold on, let him get
I
his
didn't
point
say
on,
one
man.
word.
Let him get his point on.
She was his partner. She wasn't his fiance. The nigga's lying. That's for publicity reasons. PR. You put 3 babies in her, and you ain't married her yet. You don't give a shit about her, and you don't care about them kids.
I do not.
What, man? Wait. Look, I didn't say that when y'all talk. Listen, bro. On everything I love, what nigga gonna let his kid's mama go under the knife unnecessarily? Nigga don't give a shit about them kids.
That has so much in it.
Yeah.
That has so much in it. But I'll probably start with the kids part. Like I guess the thing for me is where is dude to say he don't care about like his kids, and he said that multiple times. Like, you know, clearly if he's still in her life because they're in some capacity together and he's around his kids regularly, he cares about his kids. So like, I don't, you know, whether you actually married the woman or not has no bearing on how you feel about your kids, you know. And again, especially if he put 3 of them in the same woman, he had to care about something.
And even I'll even say this, because ever since me and Jesse got married, like it feels like we got penalized every single tax year. So I mean, I'm not saying, hey, you know, hey, listen, we are married in the eyes of God, and before our friends and family, we made vows, right? But this law stuff, man, this is something different. So
sure is.
They listen, whatever their relationship was had to be something again for him to put 3 up in her. So just because legally they weren't, married doesn't mean that, he didn't care for his kids or care for her. So, I mean, I don't know, man. That's tough for me, even today. For me, especially these days, man. I don't know, man. I don't agree. That's foul to me, because just because he didn't marry her doesn't mean that he didn't love her or love his kids.
Yeah, I agree, OB. You gotta be sensitive when speaking on someone's death, man. And we don't know what they were going through. They could have been, going to counseling therapy, or maybe because he travels a lot, But so you can't judge someone's love from the outside because of what he or she didn't do. He didn't put hands on her or nothing. He just didn't marry her, so he doesn't love her. Like, yeah, he was wrong for that. He was definitely wrong for that.
Oprah never married Stedman. Yep. Like, we've seen, and granted, they ain't had no kids, but like we've seen relationships like that. We're speaking of celebrity problems. Like, we podcasting people, they podcasting people. Like, we're speaking about celebrity problems.
Yeah.
We don't know celebrity life. Like, and it looks different for a lot of people. You got a lot of celebrities who have dated for years and years and years and never got married. You know what I'm saying? So like again, like Rich said, law things and tax things, and
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just like PR, it's people know that you're dating them, but it's just better if you're not married, because whatever. Like, there's so much that goes into celebrity lives that we would know nothing about. Which includes his under the knife comment, which is the part that I thought was really foul. Like, you don't let your woman go under the knife unnecessarily. Like, again, we're living in an age where, especially if you're in the spotlight, whole Desperate Housewives, Real Housewives of all of that, like they just go under it. Like, they see something they don't like, they tuck it in, lift it up, fatten it, whatever. Like, so it's not stuff like that's not uncommon.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's probably common in their in that realm, in that culture, in that atmosphere, in that pond that they swim in. And this is a freak chance that this happens, you know what I'm saying? Because we know it does happen, but this one just made the headlines and whatnot. And I'm not, look, he has a right to his own opinion, but I just don't agree with what it was. I don't agree with that.
Well, one thing's for damn sure. There may be a bunch of different reasons why he didn't marry her, right? Like you said, it could be counseling, it could be personal issues, it could be their travel, they're in and out, it could be a myriad of reasons why they never got married. But one thing is for sure is not marrying the mother has nothing to do with his feelings on the kid.
For his kids.
Like how I feel about your mama got nothing to do with me and you.
Even in the marriage, though. Even in
the marriage. Yeah.
I commend him more for being with her, having 3 kids, and not being married. Because and according to his theory, if he didn't want him, why did he just leave? And it's like, no, he's stuck with her, man. So whether they were married or not, he was still committed to her while having 3 kids and having success.
Man, again, it's a different life, man. It's a different, realm. You got some celebrities and whatnot, IG models and whatnot. They hide those things. They hide their rings. They hide their pregnancies because they're trying to protect.
Talking about Brian McKnight a couple weeks ago. Same thing.
We're just trying to protect that image.
Rich, that's what I'm saying, man. In our IG group, man, my example, gotta hide it for the brand sometimes. know?
I mean,
see what LB.
I know what's going on, man.
You like how I threw that in there?
Told y'all we've been wild for a minute.
Man, yeah, no, y'all right. Y'all absolutely right, man. Absolutely right. Again, even if there was a reason, a malicious reason why he didn't marry her, it still ain't got nothing to do with how he feel about his kids. He gave her 3. Because stop that one.
He forced them, and it's in their life.
You're right. So give that man props where it's due.
Oh, the podcaster? Yeah. We don't know. It's just a random, they find random podcasts and share stuff out.
Maybe he's trying to be controversial to get his name out there.
It works.
That too. They do that.
Don't say stuff like that, man. Don't say that.
Not and be honest about it, but that's most of the doggone skits and content that's all over social media now anyway. Most of that stuff is staged. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people are better actors than others. So either way, we react to it and it gives us content and bullshit to talk about. So,
But listen, that chick who held that Uber driver up at gunpoint, I know that wasn't staged.
Yeah, no, that wasn't staged.
I held her up. Because he was wild.
That was real. It was really very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Bet that. All right. Cool. Get y'all glass ready. Get y'all trash talk ready.
Which one?
Right to the headline topic. We are talking about already whether or not this man loves his kids based on, whether or not he married the mother of his kids. Well, now we got to flip the script a little bit. We got to talk about whether or not you should even, as a man, date women who already have kids. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Is it great or is it terrible? I know we got a mixed bag of opinions on this one. This is going to be fun. So, gloves off, ladies and gentlemen. Pour a glass, talk some trash, and let's go up to it.
Very tall.
Why gotta be this episode?
Their sons in this regard. A lot of mothers told sons how to be a good man. Our mothers told us to be good providers for the women, to be the protector, to give her what she needs, to be upstanding. There's these specific things that a real man does this. If you're secular, a real man pay all the bills. If you have faith, a real man prays with his wife. So whatever particular perspective you're coming from, there's criteria for a real man. What we did not get, mothers, what we did not get, and I got to get on y'all. What y'all failed to give men is what to expect from women. Because what you were doing for the most part is you were raising your sons to be the man you wish you had.
Black boys are being suffocated with feminine energy 24 hours a day. Right. They have their mother at home, love you to death, mom, but he needs a break from you sometimes. And then they come to school and they got a white racist female all day. Where are the men at? There's no men in there. So if you want to cut suspension, cut ADHD, cut the learning disability, then you give every black boy a black male teacher. That's all you have to do. But the problem is, if you want to give every black boy a black male teacher, you got to lay off a whole lot of white women. And America not going to let that happen. That's the problem. So stop blaming our boys. He is hungry for masculine energy. That's why they hang on the corner all day. That's right. You say, why they be on the corner all day? Not selling drugs, not smoking weed, just standing there. You know why? They feeding off each other's energy. That's right. I'm a man and I need masculine, so I'm going to get with my homies and we just going to chill because I need that in my life.
Do you think men are important? Like for what?
When you date a woman with kids, it's like forced polyamory, it's forced polygamy, because now you even have another man in your life that can dictate emotions and dictate policy with that woman. So for example, let's say me and this woman, we're going to get ready to go to Hawaii. and me and her gonna pack our bags, and then her baby daddy call and say, hey, I'm not watching so and so, or I'm not gonna do this, or something happened. That man can change the direction of a trip. He can change the direction of her mood. There's times where I've seen it where, oh, I just got off the phone with my baby daddy, I'm upset. Like, he can change things in your household. You could be talking about another man on a Friday night instead of you talking about what you guys are gonna get ready to do. So this person, like it or not, cool, we co-parent well, we don't co-parent well, still has access to your woman in certain ways. That's like, can you tolerate that? And a lot of women's like, this man don't have access to me, we just co-parent. Yes, he does. He's gonna be an active role. He's in the movie, he's in the show, he's a starring cast member until 20 years old, 21 years old. Can you handle that?
We build a society where men hear terms like toxic masculinity and patriarchal oppression constantly thrown around in public discourse, while they sacrifice at dead-end jobs trying to put food on the table and provide for their families. Men are tired of being gaslit and shamed for their masculinity and nature, and it's making them revolt against the same system that's holding them to unrealistic expectations.
One time I was talking to this guy and someone attempted to murder him and he got hit by a car, and that just it gave me the ick. He would have to limp off and cry.
I got the ick.
You got the ick?
Is picturing the guy trying to get out of a ball pit.
Let me get this straight. Was a person actually out to get him?
Yeah, they got in a fight and then he got out of the car and the guy attempted to run him over and kill him. But he survived, and it's I couldn't talk to him anymore. The guy attempted to run him over and kill him. But he survived, and it's I couldn't talk to him anymore.
I can't watch a man chase a ping pong ball playing beer pong absolutely until the day I die. If I see a grown-ass man on the floor retrieving a ping pong ball... Oh!
I keep seeing him adding more and more things that women are saying is not masculine for men, or things they don't like for men. And he's at 113 things.
The turnoff was when I asked that question about would you date a single mother? And Jacoby, you proceeded to tell me that basically you're a high value man and you are too good for a single mother. However, you did also tell me that you were raised by a single mother, which is profound for me to think that a single mother's not good enough for you, but it's good enough for a woman to raise you. That's unfair. And it's very insensitive to women out there who have children.
All right, so just because it's a cycle, I wanted to continue?
It doesn't have to continue.
So what I'm saying is that...
It's more about why would you cut off and say that single women are not on the same level?
What you're supposed to learn from is history. So you're a very intelligent woman. You're a very intelligent woman, right?
Yes.
So if you know, as a woman growing up, you know it's the less likelihood for you to be successful by having a child. So what you do, you be more proactive. Using condoms.
What's that got to do with your choice?
Okay, if you're getting pregnant, then all right, cool. Maybe I shouldn't continue having this child because I'm not getting married. I a better chance of me having a successful life by finding a man. That's what I'm thinking.
So you were raised by a single mother.
Yes. And
is your mother still alive?
I struggled. My mom's still alive.
Did she struggle or did you struggle?
Both of us struggled.
Okay, so your words that echoed all around social media, and I want to make sure that we have this clearly, were, I'm a high value man. I've done things to step up my echelon, and I'm not going to settle for a single mother.
Yeah,
did I have that correctly? I want to be clear.
Yeah, we'll be selling.
Right. So what makes you think you're a high value man? The car you drive?
No, the value I put out into the world.
What about your character?
I have great character. I've built myself to basically have better choices. You want to know why? Because women can choose and make a choice.
They can.
They can say, I don't want to date a man that makes less than 6 figures.
They can.
And then what are you doing? You're demeaning a man.
But we're not talking about that. That's not the situation at hand.
Listen, hold on.
That's not the
Women can
conversation.
say, I won't date a man less than 5'8", and the man could be 5'4". Do they care about
what does that have to do
ostracizing all of those
with
men?
anything?
If a fat man is sitting here, he can be a fat man, right? But if a fat woman is sitting here, you would say, oh no, we're body positive. Oh, no, we can't say that. It's all about picking her up. So every time it's saying something for a man, it's down.
You got a lot on your back,
Yeah,
okay?
man.
So what I want to be clear, not
rights.
just for you, but for everybody out there, is the car you drive, your resume, your bank account, your accolades is not what makes you a high value man.
Definitely not.
We are all
Not at all.
defined by the sum of our deeds and our character, and you, brother, are coming up to the sum of 0.
So the aim is the emasculation of the man
Yeah, that's the evil queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have the evil king, right? That's the tyrannical patriarchy. Well, the evil queen is lurking somewhere.
You have to look and say, who groomed that?
We're sick people. We're working for the future, because working for the present, we ain't making no progress.
Yo.
Yo.
Y'all can hear me okay? We good?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right. Loud and clear. Bad. Lots to get into with that one. Steve, I guess. What are your thoughts, my friend?
What's up? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be all true.
Go in, bro. What are your thoughts?
The question is, should a single man get with a mother that has a child?
Yep.
Well,
single mom, yeah.
Single mom, okay. So I would say it's not, and mind you, I have context to this conversation. It's not practical, but it can work. I think in the video, the young man said, someone still having access. I can understand how that can be deterrent for a guy to get with a single mom, because the father of the other child will have access. But depending on your situation, who you're with, what you guys establish. But in most cases, I mean, the preference is always a woman that does not have a child.
As is the preference for women. Like I hear women say all the time, I don't want a man with kids. And there's no difference.
No, the difference is this. If a man has kids, so if a guy gets with a single mother and they live together or they're dating, she almost always has custody of the child. So he always has to deal with that moving forward, no matter what. The guy, for instance, if a woman is single, no children, and gets with a guy with kids, he's most likely splitting time with the mother of the child. So she's not a 24/7, 365 step parent because of just how that breaks down.
Good point.
I mean, if someone has sons, so would you prefer him with the 35-year-old mother of one or
right
mother of zero? The preference is always, but it can work for sure, and it would have worked, for me if other things happen, but it can work. It can work, but it's not ideal for any man. It's not.
No, go ahead. I'll ask you a question in a minute. Go, Rich, the opposite end of that, I suppose. What are your thoughts?
So, of course, it can work, right? I got a 13-year-old stepson, right? I got a 3-year-old, 10 years apart. So it can work. I think, in the beginning, what the first guy was talking about, right? Yes, it's going to be difficult. It's going to have some challenges. But when the other guy, he's talking about preference, he's talking about, actually he was talking about a high value man, right? And so the preference that he has and the expectation, right? It's that what he's looking for. And I feel like I'm gonna jump out there and say I feel like he was vilified for having this preference, for saying, you know what, I not only see myself as this high value man, I put out those values. It's what I put out into the world, and I deserve. He's setting standards. Now, it's not to say that I don't think he would never. I'm just saying he has a preference. He has a standard,
And that's what it is. And I don't think it was right that he was, in my opinion, vilified for it, because like he said, there's a lot of women out here, high value, non-high value, big, fat, short, white, black, all majority of them right now, the culture that's being portrayed out there right now is putting out that, oh, you gotta be what, the sixes, right? The 6 feet, a figure and 6 inches, right? And that's that's what is being, pushed out there. And if that's their expectation for a majority of women right now, you're saying high value men, which, if we're saying those high value men are 6 figures and over 6 feet, they have to now deal with what?
No.
A woman that's overweight?
Oh, hell no.
With the, like, what I'm saying, it sounds like a double standard to me. So I think it's ridiculous for them to, come at him that way just because, and even I think his mom would even prefer not to have been that single mother. She would have preferred not to be. But I think that, he wasn't trying to downplay single moms. He's just saying what his preference is. Like, here's the question. Why should he, right? Why should he pick up the slack of somebody else's responsibility? Why should he? Is that his responsibility?
Did you see how she vilified him for being successful? Did y'all see that? And he had preferences, and she was like, "Well, you can't have preferences. You got to deal with." Pretty much, you're saying you got to deal with what you get, and you being successful, being a good guy, but not even a good guy part. To be successful, oh, that makes you high value. He couldn't even finish his sentence, man.
They kept jumping in.
Yeah, and with this question is, okay, you date to marry, so would you rather take on, if she has one kid, taking care of 2 to 3 people at that point? Or is it more ideal to, be with someone if you reach that level? Well, not even just that level, just you have preferences of what you want. And if she doesn't meet that as a single mom, it's okay. But if it gets to the legal aspect, then you're talking about, you develop a bond, there's an emotional attachment if it doesn't work out. There are, assets and stuff involved, child support involved, they're not your blood in some states, man. It can range, man. So the liability is really, really high to do something like that. But it can work depending on who that other person is and what she's established, and setting barriers with, the father of that child.
And then the next clip where they were talking about the guy with his mother, it was like, so that's who you were raised by, but you can't, like, I felt him. And this is coming from somebody who was raised by a single mother. Like, my mother made sure that we were good, but she absolutely struggled. And, I think some of those struggles affected her health. Like, we know when you're doing anything by yourself, you have a lot more weight to carry, and it affects you in other areas. So, like, ideally, do I want better for my son? Yes. Was that my mother's situation? Yes. But do I want better for my son? Yes. So he has 2 active parents. I only have 1 active parent. He has 2. So he gets to do things that I was never afforded the opportunity. He takes swim lessons every week. I didn't get to learn to swim. He, is in basketball camp. I had to quit basketball because both my brothers were in college, and that's where the money needed to go. So, like, what I'm saying, he's afforded opportunities because I wanted better for him than I had. So, like, just because it was your parents doesn't mean it has to be good enough for you. Not saying your parents weren't good enough for you, but their situations may not have been good enough for you. And I think that's a general thing, because we always want better for our kids than we had. So that situation was not good enough. It taught us a lot, but it's not necessarily good enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, and it's not and for single mothers, I would say, be a little bit more realistic about, you know, your approach to dating when you get out there. And you know, every single clips and podcast, you know, they may have super high standards that they can't meet themselves as far as who they're trying to attract.
So I'm gonna say this. He that findeth a good woman findeth a good thing, no matter what. Right? Also,
a wife.
Our wife, right? Our wife. Excuse me, our wife. He that findeth a wife, right? But and it's like she's gonna come with different things, whether kids or not, whether, you know, like she's gonna come with something. She's gonna come with something, right? So if you find a good woman that you feel led to make her your wife, like you go with that. Like it's an unction, it's a feeling, like it's everything, and you make it happen. And I know that things can change, but for me, and I'm just speak for me, I had to find the one I could also grow with. And if we can grow together and continue to agree and grow together, then that's what makes us last the test of times, because we're doing this thing together and we're continually to agree. So whether or not she has a kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, if she does that thing for you, you do that thing for her, and y'all agree to continue, and you do each and every year, each and every month, each and every second, each and every day, you continue to keep stepping forward on the same path together, right? Whether it's different jobs, you know, you of course got different jobs, but it's that path, it's where you're headed, what you've agreed upon, and sticking to those vows. If both of you have agreed and continue to work on that, I mean, that's what makes it last. That's what even, you know, brings you together. It's like, you know, you got the fluff, you got, you know, you're putting on a show, you dress to the nines and whatnot to catch them, you know, but just be real with it. And you really got to find that one. And again, he's that guy. He had his preferences. He had what he was looking for. But I think too many times, you know, the fellas, right? Not all the time, but most of the time, the fellas are, you know, the villain for having these, you know, preferences when, you know, you're praising the Lizzles of the world when they think they're the hot ish and they deserve any man that they want. But then you got, you know, Joe over here who says the same thing and they are tearing them down. That is the part where I can't get with. That's double standard. Like, I can't get with that.
Let me get ready to go in real quick. No, I'm playing.
Uh-oh.
Not really though. First of all, he absolutely got vilified and, you know, probably dragged in further. I mean, you saw the cat claws come out immediately. You know,
yep.
probably because, you know, hit dogs holler, right? It is what it is, right? You know, they felt some type of way because, you know, like one of you brought up that they didn't ask to be a single mom. Most women don't ask to be a single mom per se, right? Excuse me. At the same time, you know, you run that risk with people that you know, let skeet up in you. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You just run that risk when you know. You know, so And you got a higher chance of not becoming a single mom if you do so after you're married. And we know that statistically, I think right about now, it's in America, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 60% countrywide of babies are born out of wedlock. In the black community, closer to 80%. 8 out of every 10. That's scary. 8 out of every 10. 8 out of every 10. Right. So there is a level of drama depending on who the co-parents are and what type of people they are, right? Because if they're people like in, let's say, okay, if you're married to a woman and, there's no drama between her and her baby father, like they aren't together. They just ain't together. And, whatever it is, it didn't work out. And, they do what they can for each other and, for the kid. And, that's it, at whatever level they can do that at, then probably it's easier for it to work. Right? If there's tension, it's probably less likely to work. If there's tension between the parents. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think it's less likely for there to be if there's already friction, then it's just going to be more friction.
But so and the guy, he said a different term. He said polyamorous. I'm saying hypergamy, right? Which is when a woman wants to do the best that she possibly can. So if they're cordial, then there could be some competition there. Doesn't have to be blatant, outright visual, but if they're really cordial, there's some, because you're competing for, her and him want her to go to this school, but I want this school. There's competition because there's another person involved. Another man that, like he said, can influence her energy at any given time about anything.
Really anytime, anythime.
Anytime. And that's what I'm saying. There's already drama there, especially if there's already drama there.
He can listen. Because
that's likely going to lead to less. Like in that situation, they were cordial, but then suddenly, I think he should go here, or I don't think he should go here. Now we got a problem. I'm sorry. I feel like no man wants that.
What I will say about that though is healed people in those scenarios can handle better, to almost shield their current partner from the energy of that person. A healed person can navigate that better to where, like you're saying, like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me upset because I can recognize that I'm not getting upset with you. I heard what you said. All right, cool. And they don't then like lose their energy for their partner and something happened because they saw it coming. Like, I think you can shield your partner from some happenings.
But you're right. But let's be honest. What's the likelihood if you're out in the dating world and that woman has kids that she's healed?
But let me say this. But
I am. So like I'm saying it's possible. I'm like I ain't got no number.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying what's the likelihood of it?
In this day and age, I would say a lot more likely than 10, 15 years ago, because like now we're comfortable talking about therapy in in our community. So I think it's a little more likely now than it's okay.
I'm saying it's not. I'm saying it's not desirable. Having another man involved, depending on the situation, can alter the whole energy of your home. If he gets to an accident, is in the hospital or whatever, he is impacting your home. He can make her get up at midnight go to the ER. All of y'all got to go. It's not desirable. It's not desirable. It's not. And everyone knows it's not.
It's oh man. It's impactful, obviously, right? It is it's because you have now someone you care about, have even raised, and then that's a person that is biologically tied to, right? That's the child's father, right? This line up in the hospital. Of course, you want to be there to support. You gotta depending on the age, you gotta take them there, right, to the hospital. So yes, it does have. It's a part of your life now. It does affect your life. It's a part of your life. The decisions, whether good or bad, whether whether it's a dad or a mom, like it's like whatever it is, it's a blended family, is what it is. And in a blended family, you just have to make sure that you have that communication and the boundaries set and just all of those things where you're trying to make it work. Period. You just, and that's the bottom. You gotta make it work, and I've heard horror stories. I've heard the horror stories where you got either the deadbeat dad or the deadbeat mom. They want the child, but they don't want to spend time with the child. They just want the child just so that they can spite you, or they want to take you out for child support just because they can get money out of it, not even so that they can support the child, but just that they can get money out of it, or that they can hurt you. So, this is, because it's a lot to unpack when it gets to that, because it's the ideal situation would be, right, single male, single female, when they come together, they don't have any kids, that would be ideal. But listen, that's not how it always works. But what the guy was talking about, though, again, towards the end, high value man, right? He's not obligated. If we circle back to what he's talking about in his purpose, he's not obligated. Why can't he have a choice? Why can't he have his pickings? I mean, think about it though. You're talking about a guy that's got options galore. I mean, he's got 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, just like left, right. And you're saying his responsibility is to, let's just say he's 39 years old. He's now cracked, $10 million a year. He's getting it, right? He's got yacht. He can fly out to wherever he wants. He can fly whoever he wants out to wherever he wants. But you're telling me that he should, it's frowned upon. Like you're going to look down on him because he has a preference of 25-year-olds,
Well, I mean, why would you expect a man like that to want to also take on your kids? You brought that up earlier. Like, why would you expect him to say, "Oh yeah, cool. I also want responsibilities that isn't mine."
Exactly. With not 100% party.
Yeah, I mean something that can 100% hurt me and like 100% not help me later. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we divorced. She could come after him for alimony. You know, she could get, you know, because the kids had a standard of living, she could go for more money because of that, even though the kids aren't his. There was a standard of living that he was assigned, you know, associated with, like, you know, so anyway.
Let's go back to what she said about what makes you high value. Is it the car you drive, or is it, she's basically saying, is it the money? Is not part of it. Wait, it's not part of it the money, because you, in your expectation alone, is being able to have money.
And this is the thing. Him having, I'm assuming the cars and houses that she alluded to were high value, like as far as price. So him getting that shows that he's disciplined. He can be professional. It says a lot of things about someone's character. Now, no, like she didn't even know him, and she was just like, "Oh, this is all you bring," and it's like, well, even that says that
you're assuming
I can get shit done. You know, which
I mean, I would love to know, is she gonna date the bus driver?
No, no,
she's not gonna date the bus driver.
That's right away.
So then again, they were the other girl, the other young lady or older lady, whatever, mid-age. Listen, the other one that was talking about, you know, why is that relevant with the questions that he was talking about? It was all relevant because those are, you know, those are things that come up. It's part of it all. Like you can't sit here and say that my preference is wrong or invalid just because I feel like I'm a high value man and I deserve to get whatever I want, because yes, I have an impact on society. I have money. I do other things that impact communities or things of that nature. Like,
yeah,
come on, man. But and then you're not even willing to date the bus driver, and then she had old boy sitting next to her trying to come to her defense. I'm like, oh, look at this simp mother sucker here.
There's always one simp. There's always a simp.
But Lizzo,
there's always a simp.
Lizzo, man, like you said, Rich, Lizzo. Oh, girl, love your curves. Slay. He can't handle you, dude. You're a fat loser. That's what.
I got a question. If Lizzo is so beautiful, then how come saying you look like Lizzo makes women feel insulted?
How about even the question of, would you trade bodies with Lizzo?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you were to walk around with like, man, Shorty look like Lizzo, they would feel insulted by that. But Lizzo is so beautiful. How is this possible?
I'm gonna try that out.
You don't think she's ugly?
I'm gonna try that out. See how that goes.
And I ain't got no beef with Lizzo, man. Whatever, yo, it is what it is.
I don't.
But we also not gonna sit here and pretend, you know, she's healthy and in shape either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't like the narrative,
man. And those are kind of two different things, because we were saying like Lizzo is not ugly. Like Lizzo's not ugly. She's just big. Like, and
said she was. No, I don't. Yeah. I regret buying her tickets as a gift to somebody last year. I don't like what she pushes, man. She pushes, you know, her weight, being unhealthy, but still saying that, you know, men aren't crap. What's her big song she had? Yeah. The whole song talking about how bad men are, but how she still wants men at the same time. She's pumping that out there with the weight thing. It's like that ain't the way to go, man. You don't gotta do that.
This is what I'll say, right? Because there is somebody for everybody, right? Because there are some guys that like that love that.
Big Jones. They love Big Jones.
I was trying to.
I'm just saying,
it is what it is, right? There are guys out there that love the Big Jones, all right? They love the Big John. Watch out for the big girl. Hey. Watch out for the big girl, right? There are. Guess what? Why is it that it feels like it's being pushed on every man that doesn't like big girls to like big girls?
Yeah, instead of just
agenda, man.
Finding the ones that like Big Jones.
Instead of just praising the ones that do like them. Like, Like, just, if somebody doesn't like your size with it, find the ones that do like you.
Exactly.
But to that point in society, we don't talk like that at all, right? We basically have to accept everything from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from everybody at the same time. We supposed to have no standards. We supposed to have no structure. We supposed to have nothing preference, nothing. We supposed to.
That's why Ryan. That's why Ryan is the first Black woman. It's for that reason. Ryan, the mascot,
Ryan Webb,
version of Ryan, who is now the female version of Ryan, and changed nothing about themselves, but it's everything. Like that's the reason, because you can.
That's fantastic.
Because you can.
Yep. And who gonna tell you can't? Who gonna tell you can't? Right. So anyway, this whole thing is the issue is this for me. It's the expectation for all men to take on whatever your preference and your situation is, right? So if you haven't found somebody that meets your expectations, it's men's fault, men as a whole's fault, that you didn't find the one or two where you ignored the ones that was checking for you. You wasn't checking the ones that was checking for you.
Oh, heck no, man.
You know what I'm saying? And now, you 30, 35, 40, 45.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
15.
We got older. Our value increases as we get older. We're more established.
Listen, the little salt, beard,
that
salt and
pepper. Got that salt and pepper.
A couple grades on the front end. I'm finna just let them do their thing,
Yeah, man. Somebody that's in that status level that got options like that, they're not gonna settle for any old thing. And believe me when I tell you, nobody's gonna tell you this, but the truth is, I love y'all, and so I'm gonna tell you the truth, is that most of y'all are any old thing, and we don't want any old, like, not we, that level, that echelon, they don't want any old thing. They don't want the average. They don't want the ones that already. Let's be real. They already been ran through, and the proof in that is the baby.
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner had a kid in his 70s. And I know it wasn't by a woman in her 70s.
Probably. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Probability.
You see what I'm saying? He's earned the right to have super high standards.
Yep.
Even normal standards for us, but where they require super high standards, he's earned that right. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
He's earned the right to have whatever standard he wants, right? And listen, y'all have,
and whoever he had a kid by signed up for it.
Yeah, that part. Take that
transaction. Earlier. Word of the day: transaction.
Hell of a transaction. Hell of a transaction. A transfer, if you will.
It was a transfer. Yeah,
slender.
What month were you in again? All right.
African American music history.
Men's Health Month. Yeah. Men's Mental Health Month. Yeah.
Y'all, let's say that again. What month is this again? It's a what? It's a who?
Black Music Month. Right. Watch all the Tiny Desks. Can't wait to see Juvenile's joint.
Oh, yes. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited about that one.
The Tiny Desk be off the hook.
Yeah. Man, Black Music. Father's Month.
Father's Month.
Father's Month.
And
man, we're about to make that a month.
No, we're not.
It should have been a month. Hello?
Yeah, possible.
What you want? 28 different ties?
Hey man, listen.
Actually,
I think I got 28 different ties in a box in my closet right now.
Ain't enough popsicle stick art.
Hey man, I love the popsicle stick art, man. My girls make some beautiful stick figures, man. What can I say?
as you know, as we all do. However, if you could do a little bit better by me, I'd appreciate it.
Hey, look, that's why we need the month. You know what I'm saying? That's why we need the month.
So it can equal up to.
Here we go.
Okay. What? Having a baby does not mean a woman is ran through. Well, that's also true. Okay.
Is it?
Ran through.
Is it?
Ran through. What's the what's the definition of ran through then? Right?
Well, like at least when I hear ran through, I assume a lot of guys.
That's what I assume. I assume it's a marathon.
Yeah, so I mean, she's right in that. Well, at least by my definition, because you can get pregnant your first time, and
first time, shoot, you can get pregnant off of pre-cum.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
What's the medical term? It's I said what I said.
That's what it is. Pre-cum. That's not a medical.
Prenup.
Yeah.
Prenup. Prenup. The rule is prenup.
Yeah. So.
Oh boy.
Tell everybody relax.
No.
Listen, you can.
Come on, born of the Virgin Mary.
That's why I had to pause.
Born of the Virgin Mary. Suffered out of Pontius Pilate. Wait, no, but ain't that how Allen Iverson came to be? Didn't his mother get pregnant, sitting on somebody's lap at a party? I feel like what, one of the NBA stories is something like that. I think it's Allen Iverson. You know what I'm saying? I never heard that. Because we don't know who his daddy is.
Wait. So wait. What was the movie? God dang it.
Freddie.
I think.
Freddie cool.
No. Dang. All right. Never mind. I can't think of it.
That was a movie, right? Freddie got fingered.
That was a movie.
That was a movie. That was
I'm green.
Pretty. Yeah. Yeah.
I was about to say you might as well put it up. Put it up there.
Chances are, chances are a dude on that level don't want nobody whose shit been scratched up neither. So.
What's up?
Wait, she had. Wait, no, lesbians can't get each other pregnant.
I mean, I guess if they take a baster or something.
Well, what she's saying,
them get each other pregnant though. It's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
A man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can scissor all you want to, but.
Yeah. And chances are, again, a man of this level is certainly not gonna. You're the other parent's responsibility as a woman, and some guy that nutted in a cup years ago. You know what I'm saying? That's I'm gonna take on that responsibility.
Nah, he's earned the right to have his private.
They're gonna take on that responsibility. Why would they be expected to take on that responsibility?
Exactly.
Either way, we're gonna assume. Either way, here's the thing. Either way, you made plans, life plans with somebody else. They ain't finna take that.
You stopped again.
That body's still stretching though.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, it still comes out this stomach though, right? Listen.
Look, we could try to push the goalpost backs with extreme arguments all we want. But here's the thing. Ain't no dude looking at none of them hoes you mentioning neither. None of them. Listen, ain't no mid-value dudes looking at them. Ain't no low-value dudes looking at them. Certainly not no high value dudes looking at them. All right? I'm saying. Even subpar value dudes ain't looking at them. What are you talking about?
Also, babies don't come out of the vagina, so where do kids stay in?
There ain't nobody trying to be with no woman who pooped out a baby, neither. Or whatever damn crevice it came out of. Somebody trying to be with your test tube baby having ass.
I've yet. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Whatever.
Inseminated ass.
The orifice.
Orifices.
Oh man.
Ain't no dude of no value trying to do that, man. You might get I think even a crackhead to be like, nah, I don't think I want to be with that.
Wow.
I don't know the level of drug you have to partake in to want to be a part of that.
Same that has people at Cheesecake Factory. Yo, how did we decide that was a bougie restaurant? I love that place.
I don't even know.
I love that place.
Cheesecake Factory has 3,000 menu items. Like, I've never been to a restaurant that has 17 pages of food.
Love it.
Like, every restaurant's supposed to be a trifold at this point. Cheesecake Factory has an encyclopedia of menu items, like, and all of it's mid. Like, everything is mid.
Man, I like it's good, man.
Is that why they became bougie? It's a bougie restaurant.
I'm trying to figure out, like, but that's, people dress up to go to that place.
It's not a cheap menu. I give them that credit.
What? I mean, I'm sure you can find something. It's on page 30.
Something for everybody, they say.
Something for everybody. That's what they say. That is what they say.
They make house calls. Like, somebody just ordered a meatloaf. Can you come in?
I ain't been to Cheesecake Factory in a minute. I might check them out again. It's been a while.
Or don't.
Is it or don't? I'll check out P.F. Chang's again. Man. P.F. Chang's in Columbia. They had,
Maybe I'll give them another try. I'm going to call them mid too.
I mean, I'm not calling them, bougie or whatever it was, I'm just saying. P.F. Chang's Columbia.
Quality.
I had some sushi from there. It was bomb.
Just people dress up to go there. Why?
It just made
standards.
Well,
we got standards for egg roll.
Standards, man. No, I'm saying our standards are higher.
We got standards for it. Tell me we got standards for it. There we go. Boom.
All right.
Get familiar.
Columbia charging for bags.
All right, man. Let's get ready to get on out of here. It's a rapid $5.
Baltimore City charging for bags now?
Is the city? I know the county's not yet. Anyway,
yeah, city is. City definitely.
Shoot, I'm gonna stay in the county.
I can eat.
All day.
Hey, yo, we on stage.
Are we live? We live.
We live.
What's the rapid fire? What we got?
Looking at us.
I'm glad we didn't say anything too incriminating because we live. I thought
like and we still know the woman.
Listen real quick, man.
And we still don't know what the woman.
Fucking kill y'all, man. Get fired on these bitches again.
No, nothing gets done in a woke society. There's this video of like a conference going on.
Hi, I am Andy P. From Los Angeles, they, them pronouns. There was a previous point of privilege about waving around signs.
And then another guy gets up and he's like, I'd just like to say to all the people chattering in the audience, I have sensory issues, so I need you all to be quiet while each person is speaking. And then
Hi, James Jackson, Sacramento DSA, he, him.
I have already asked people to be mindful of the chatter of their comrades who are sensitive to sensory overload, and that goes double for the heckling and the hissing. It is also triggering to my anxiety.
It's like, well, don't call them guys because they might not be guys. They're girls and boys and they, thems and non-binaries and all this stuff.
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
And it's like, this is how it would go in a society structured to benefit wokeism and political correctness. No, nothing gets done in a woke society.
Well, we got 4 minutes.
All right, so we can't stay here long. All right, that was
we're not gonna stay here long.
All right, that was funny.
Because we don't want people to be too sensitive. Sensitive people would have their feelings hurt for real. So we don't want to stay here too long.
I like The Simpsons. I like Family Guy. I like South Park. I like the Boondocks.
Says it all. Says it all.
The end. Ooh, the Carmichael Show.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make everybody's truth, everybody's reality?
Is a no for me, dog.
Nah, heck no.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Somebody's truth is Krispy Kremes will help you lose weight.
Somebody's truth is going to
maybe Lizzo.
Somebody's truth is going to a convention where there's bound to be noise, and think that you're gonna get up on the mic and say, "You guys know that I have a condition." And
everyone has a voice, man, right now. Unfortunately.
No, you don't. No.
And shouldn't. No, you don't.
Everyone has a voice.
And shouldn't.
I even saw some people in the audience talk about
Jeff Clapper.
Like, what? Y'all throwing up gang signs? Like, what?
I really thought that was Bloods and Crips.
Like, what?
Basically.
Come on, man.
Y'all didn't know they got so sensitive, man. The Bloods and Crips used to beef over other things, not, chatter, snapping, loud noises, ASMR shit.
Wow. Wow.
Just saying.
At some point, when does accountability come into play? When does accountability come into play? I'm not gonna go in somebody else's store and demand that they do things the way that I want them to do it. They got something that's priced at, $50, and I know I'm here now, and I think that it should cost $2.
Right.
Right.
Listen, if they rearrange some tags in the store, you could get it for $2.
Well, I mean, that's a different kind of. Anyway, I'm like,
the hustle.
You gotta hustle here.
Some things you need to keep in your little space. If you want to live in your truth, as they say, right? Keep that in your place of residence. But when you come out into the real world, you why are you trying to push that on me? Why do I have to subscribe to what you got going on? And then you not recognize what I got going on then. Now we in a battle. Now we're going back and forth.
Because you got to remember, because their truth is the only truth that matters. And that's really the problem. We've enabled these people to believe that their truth or your truth, whatever your truth is, whatever your subjective truth is the only truth that matters. And honestly, that's cruel and unusual to allow someone to believe a lie. It would have been cruel and unusual for the townspeople to allow the emperor to believe that he was wearing new clothes the whole time he was ass naked. That's cruel and unusual. You don't do that. I'm saying that's the theme of the story, I think. Like, that's one of the ideas there. It's not right to let somebody think that, man. Love don't mean you affirm. Love does not mean affirm. Love does not mean affirm.
Now your truth has become greater than my truth, though. You're telling me that your truth is greater than my truth?
Of course.
Well, worse, he's saying that your truth is greater than the truth. Worse. It's worse than your truth is.
It's a bar right there.
More truth than my truth. It's that your
I'm
truth
just asking
is
questions.
greater than the truth.
I'm just asking
you
questions.
You believe if you a dude and you
What
put
a
on
fool
dress and you go get implants or whatever,
believes.
that somehow you're gonna be able to have a baby, and that's objectively not true. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's objectively not true, and it's cruel to allow somebody to wallow in their own mental illness like that. Just as an example, and that's just an example. There's plenty of them. Some of these other people who believe that the crackling sound of a crowd of thousands of people, that everybody should just be, pin drop silent because they're talking, is absurd. Doesn't make sense. I'm just saying.
And if it don't make dollars, see how everything
makes sense. You see how that happens? That's backwards already. If it don't make dollars,
we're just asking y'all to try guacamole.
I thought you needed 100 cents to make $1, but I don't know.
Means you need lots of cents to make $1.
No, not these days.
Right. You're entitled to the dollar because your ancestors had cents.
You can pick them from the ethos now. You got.
I'm spitting some my mouth.
Fuck are we talking about?
That was,
no. We don't. Nope.
With avocado on top.
Get fired on these bitches one time, man.
You have 8 kids, right?
Yeah.
How do you know how to father 8 kids when your father wasn't really like there?
I feel like
who taught you?
The streets. I feel like the streets because it just like me want better for myself and me like if I ever had kids, I don't want them to feel that. I don't want them to feel what I felt.
I can't even imagine 8. And then you got 8 with different, you co-parenting and you, right?
Yeah.
Situations.
It was 5. It was 5 baby mamas. Now it's 4.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry about
You know what
that.
I'm saying? So, yeah.
How's that?
It's a tough situation. I had three kids by her.
Mm-hmm. This is your first baby mother?
Yeah, my first baby. I got 3 kids by her.
What's
I
her
got
name?
Shanaina. And it's like I got full custody of my kids. You know what I'm saying? They stay in the house with me. I'm sure I'm getting them adjusted to this lifestyle, this different life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's hard. I see like what type of sacrifices you gotta make. Like
yeah, it's different.
What kind of sacrifice you gotta make? And it's like 3. Like I know you talking about an artist like hard as me. Like I'm at the peak of my career, and boom, that happened.
So then, is it okay if I ask how you lost her?
It's the streets. She was in the streets. Like I said, she come from walking homes too. Just told you how treacherous that was. She was murdered. You know what I'm saying? She was killed.
She was murdered. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
She was murdered. I'm so sorry.
So sad, man, not to obviously to go into with that, but I do want to shout out the first part of that, which is again a man who was raised without his father, that turned around and had his kids, and he's doing his thing, he's stepping up, doing the right thing, at least from what we can tell, by all his children, man. I often say that it's hard to describe a color you've never seen before, but then there are also examples of people who didn't necessarily have that example in their life that are still out here doing the damn thing. People like Kev, for example, right, who I often shout out, right? So I wanted to, kind of take that as an overall opportunity to shout out, not just those fathers, but all fathers really, especially on this weekend, who are stepping up, who are doing the best that they can at the level that they can, wherever that is, wherever you are, all of y'all out there, man, shout out to y'all doing your thing. And so there we go. That's what I got to say about that. What's y'all thoughts?
I think he's doing a noble thing. Just like you said, you got to make some sacrifices, and that's probably the biggest thing you can ask of any parent, is to understand that the sacrifices have to be made. And like he said, he's literally at the peak of his career, which again, celebrity lifestyle is vastly different than being a school teacher. So like I'm at the peak of my career, but my career doesn't take me around the world. My career keeps me still 98% of the time, so that's different than the peak of my career has me in 7 countries in 10 days, which can take you away from your kids' presence and all of that. So it's just commendable for him to, be stepping up in that way. And also crazy to hear what he said, losing his baby mother to the streets by murder.
That's heavy. Yeah.
But again, like we all got to make choices, and I say that to my students every day. Have a good day, make wise choices, because I want them, thinking about that before they decide that talking trash needs to turn into a fight, or before they decide to skip class, or before they decide to, smoke weed or drink alcohol, and, before they decide to walk off the property to go get lunch down the street. Like there's, those are the kinds of choices that lead to bad things happening. Where more often than not, if you are where you're supposed to be, that's the best place that you can possibly be, so yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. It's definitely a challenge. And the other thing is, you really don't know how tough it really is and the sacrifices that you really need to make until you're like in it. And like, even if, like, for example, if you've raised your nephews or nieces and whatnot, like, you really don't know until you have your own kids. And then even in that, having your own kids, each kid is different. So there's other sacrifices that you are making, because your one child could have been just a reader and just, quiet and in that realm. And then your next child wants to do every single activity they can. There's sacrifices, that you make, and the time that you're putting in to be there at those activities, and to be there to pick them up, or to be there to take them to school, or to be there to, those are all sacrifices that you're making. So, yeah, it's an animal. It's.
Yeah. Steve, you got anything else you want to say on this, bro?
Nah, man, I agree with everything, man. He's handling his business.
Yeah. Definitely handling his business.
Yeah. Definitely, man. And we got to give him props for that. It's an interesting interview, man. I encourage people to take a listen. Check it out. Moneybag Yo, what he was talking about. He actually goes into details on what happened to his baby mother, for those who were interested in that. It's very interesting, sad, an interesting story. So, check it out, man, when y'all get some time. But with that said, for tonight, that's it. We done. We out of here. Appreciate all of y'all, man, as always, for hanging out with us, man. You guys are awesome. Steve, LB, thank you so much for dropping by, man. It's always
my LB, yo, it's my LB.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Always good to see you, bro. But y'all take us out of here, man. What y'all got on your mind as we close out?
Just one more time, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, all the father figures. This job is not easy, and we make it a point to show up every day. Shout out to the 3 wonderful fathers that I'm on this podcast with, because we don't keep any squares in our circle. So everybody that's around us are fathers who take care of their wives, take care of their homes, take care of their kids, whatever capacity they got to fill it. So shout out to y'all, and just hope everybody has a wonderful week.
Yeah, same thing for me. Father's Day, all the fathers, man. Keep handling your business, doing what you do. Keep learning, elevating, man. Love.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day once again. I think it's time, not just today, not just this weekend, but at every point we gotta uplift the fathers. And I'm not saying like, give them fluff, but check them when they need to be checked. But also we gotta uplift the fathers. We gotta promote it. We gotta, get the dads, get the fathers back in, because to be honest, you know, we're still learning. We're growing. We're figuring this thing out. You know, I the way I look at it is, you know, I don't really know how my grandfather did it or my great grandfather did it. You know, I only know how my father did it. And so it's like I'm trying to pass down, I'm trying to change the narrative now and pass some things down where it's like, you know, I can teach my son, you know, those traditions or even just how to fish. And then, you know, I'm trying to teach my son's sons how to fish and he can teach his son's sons how to, you know, it's like we got to start passing this information down and really coming together as a community and lifting, you know, the dads up, the fathers up, you know, fathers up, man. So y'all have a great weekend. Tell somebody happy Father's Day. All those dads out there, tell them happy Father's Day. You never know if they even got a happy Father's Day. You never know. So y'all be good, man. Hey, like, share, subscribe. We love y'all. We out of here.
All that. Real talk, man. Thank y'all again for joining us. He's absolutely right, man. Big ups to the fathers, big ups to the dads out here. We've been talking a lot about some of the things that men go through and some of the things we experience and stuff like that. Hopefully we're able to shine a light on it. And look, do with the information what you will or don't, but I hope you do something good with it. I hope you know, keep these things in mind. Look, we're men, we're flawed, right? But hey, we do what we have to do. We do the best that we can. We try to be accountable. We try to do better. The good ones anyway. We all try to do that. All right. And that's all really you can do is do the best that you can. So again, shining a light on this, fellas. It's Men's Mental Health Month. Get yourselves checked out. Get some therapy, man. Go back to God. If my people called by my name humble themselves and pray, seek his face, turn from their wicked ways, then he'll hear from heaven, forgive your sins, heal your land. I'm just saying, it starts with us, man. The way that you destroy a community is by destroying and emasculating the father figure, right? Don't let that happen. The future generations are counting on it. They're trying to take kids from you. California trying to take the kids from you. I'm trying to tell you, go look it up. Go look it up. I don't got time to go into it right now. I wish I did. I don't got time right now. But they're trying to take your children from you, man. It's true. If you get in the way of any of this affirming care, if you will. All right? Look it up yourselves, man. But that's it. That's all I got to say about that. We out.
Shout out to God in therapy, baby.
Oh, he waited to the end. Wow. Wow. That was incredible. Good stuff, man. We definitely will have a good God in therapy for next week, man. But that's all we got for y'all tonight. We out of here. Cups up.
So my name's Nick. I'm one of Fairy Godmother's apprentices. I'm here to shop you around and make all your selections for the day.
Want the one that has the bow or the one with the baby crabs?
For Princess Finley? Hello, beautiful. I love your dress. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Apprentice Erin. I'm going to be with you today. Are you excited? I'm super excited too. You want to follow me? Is my royal family ready? Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, so I can totally see why parents are frustrated with Disney and just people in general are frustrated with corporations going woke.
When he was president of the United States, is the most powerful man in the free world. Do you think he would tell Michelle, I'm sorry, I didn't have time to text you, I'm the president? I didn't have time to get back to you. Sorry, baby, you have to go figure out what you want to do with the family because I'm the president. I guarantee you it never came up. Why? Because as much as he's the president, his wife, his love life is his priority.